Hey YouTube, doing a wee demo. I had Scott up at the weekend. He left us for me to do a proper demo of. We're too busy talking the whole time, an hour long video or something like that. So he left me his new Ibanez Blazer. This is a BL100 from 1995. So your number F5 fujigen belt. So we kind of talked about it all over the place. I'm just really just going to play it. So neck pickup. And turn the volume up. These are really powerful pickups. That's me just through my Laney VC15, that cabinet, no pedals, and it's kind of driving the clean channel. This one, it's not set it up yet. The action's slightly high, but it plays. How he was saying in the video, he was actually a bit disappointed when he opened the case and it was like it plays, which I kind of understand that. That's happened to me a few times. Actually, it's happened to me with that black guitar there, where it works. Whereas, see if there'd been something wrong with it, I would have stripped it down and completely rebuilt it, and then enjoyed doing that, and it would have played better. But because it already works, the impetus to actually get started on it isn't there. Yeah, so this will be the second of 3 Roadster series Blazer videos, because Scott's got another one. One of his pals said, "Oh," he was talking to us up here, "Oh, I've got an old Roadster in the attic you can have." So he got that yesterday and he was all excited about it. It's much more similar to my Blazer. It's a 1983, I think. So we're thinking, I think I might take these over to his house and we'll do I've got a 1982 catalogue, but 1981 one, a 1983 one, then a Roadstar, then that's a Blazer, a 1983, that's a Roadstar 2, and then I've got my Lena, which is a later on 1986 Roadstar, and then we've got 95, so we'll have 4 to kind of chart the progress. Every year they seem to bring out different ones. I don't think they've really made, there's only a couple of models that made it more than 1 year in the Ibanez catalogue, if you look them up. So I was messing about earlier. I was doing a video for an EBO. So I've already got a bass backing track. Position 2. Humbucker. Distortion. Joyo US Dream pedal. actually what I've just noticed there, which is about the first time I've ever actually noticed it, is see, I remember watching a Chapman video. We were talking about all his guitars. I think Herman Lee from Dragon Force does it as well. Lowers the middle pickup right down because it interferes with our pick. It's actually happening with this guitar. In fact, that's probably one of the reasons why this guitar is so incredibly loud. If you've got if you push the string right down, it totally hits off the pickups, so they're too high. Basically, they could come down. As I said, Scott hasn't set it up yet, so they could come down a bit. But that's actually there. I was actually picking and I was hitting off the pole pieces in the middle because it's got like raised pole pieces, like like you get on some Strats. I don't know when to have it. Well, my Blazer doesn't. It's got like they're flush with the top of the pickup cover. These ones are kind of curved to follow the string radius. That's another thing. Actually, before going up, I'll take these with me to check the string radius because I know that mine has the 7.25 inch radius, which is the sort of the vintagey spec one, which the shredders don't tend to like. Right, 15. Where are we going? Where are we going now? We'll try 9.5. See if it's a 9.5. It's a wee bit flatter than that. I don't know if I think this has got 10 in it as well. I don't know if it's noticeable, like looking at it, whether it's a 10 or not. What's a 10? 10. Another thing I'm going to talk about as well is the weight of this. It's just kind of like the elephant in the room a little bit. This is a heavy, heavy bastard of a guitar. It really is. I even weighed, when I had the luggage scales out, I weighed some of the other. Okay, it's a 10. So this is a 10 inch radius fingerboard, whereas the 1981, well 1982 version is a 7 1/4. So when they reissued it in 95, they've gone for a bit different, bit more modern. So if I look, did I get that bit of paper where I wrote down what the weights were of things? Should have had it. Bit of crap. There we go here. How are we going? We go in order what I've got here. So I just basically weighed the guitars that were on the wall to see where it came in. So first, the lightest one is this, because it's made of spaceship material. This came in at 2.7 or something like that. I drew a graph rather than actually. So that was 2.7 kilograms. The next one along was my Shocking Bird, which is this, which came in at just over 3.1, 3.2. And then after that's the Photo Flame strap, which has got stuff on it, the Japanese Fender. That was at 3.4 or something like that. The next one is the Force 3, which is, don't know, it must be through next door. That's the sort of Washburn with the bigger scoop, sort of strap with a bigger scoop on it. It was coming in at 3.6, 3.7, and then my Blazer was 4, which is the one on the wall there. This one, this bass, Rock Device bass is 4 kilograms. So we're getting there, we're not got to this one yet. And then it's like coming in at 4.2. This, yeah. So this is an 8-string bass through neck, right? And I would have said it was a heavy beast at 4.2. Then at 4.3 there's this. So you're really going to what sort of weight we are here. And then the next one, it was at 4.5, came in at the Falcon. This one, because it's a solid rosewood top. These are heavy things. And then the most heavy one was the Vulture, which again it's all through neck and huge. That was it 4.8 it came in at? 4.8, so it's only slightly lighter than that. And I was like saying, oh, when he showed me, it's up, it's heavy, but it can't be as heavy as a Falcon being like made of lead. And obviously that's just a base, therefore there's more of it. So it's a heavy one. That might be really good for the tone though. I know, Blackfoot Blacktooth Fox likes his tone discussions. It says in the brochure that it's basswood. I always thought basswood was light. I mean, maybe it isn't. I don't know how. It's in mint condition, so there's no chunks out it to see what it actually looks like in below. But I mean, if you see one of these, they're a very, very nice Strat, especially if you like a very heavy Strat. The pickups are so powerful, or so close to the pickups, I didn't even notice I didn't have distortion on there. So that'll be really nice if you can find one of these. If you're looking for a Strat, if you're looking basically for like an American Strat and you can't afford an American Strat, go this way. And you've got a strong back. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of past really noticing the weight of a guitar. The thing is, because it's Strat shaped, Strats are kind of designed to be, they've got like belly cuts and they're really smooth and well contoured and they balance amazing. Balance test. So you don't notice it as much, whereas see if you've got like a heavy guitar that's not balanced well, it feels much heavier than I've got guitars that feel heavier than this one because of a bit of neck dive, and maybe not being quite so comfy, whereas this one, it's basically a Strat, apart from, I think we mentioned this, it's, if you look in there, it's slightly hooked. Instead of being completely round, it kind of does that a little bit. You can see it a wee bit on the bottom bit when I put my arm in front of it. A wee bit like has a Rickenbacker bass, kind of, has a similar sort of hooky bit. The neck on it's amazing. I mean, it feels brand new, unlike mine, which feels 40 years old because it's been through the wars. This one has been really looked after. So I mean, if you'd handed me this I hadn't really looked it up. If you'd had me this a couple of weeks ago and said, oh, they've reissued the Ibanez Blazer, here you go, what a shot of it, I would not have said, this is an old guitar. I would have gone, oh wow, this is a new one, alright, brilliant, and it would be totally accepting of the fact that it feels totally new. It does have a wee bit of the varnish is coming off the, not the varnish, the lacquer's coming off the fingerboards. So, as Scott said, I reckon it might be somebody with long fingernails, perhaps a lady, chipping away at the fingerboard, because the frets don't really, there's slight indentations in the frets, but not an awful lot. I think this guitar has lived as playing your, A minor basically. Probably just strummed away with someone with big fingernails. Which it does. I'm feeling it as a bit more of a rock device. It seems an awful lot more powerful rocking than a normal Strat does. So this would be like the Strat HP or whatever, the one that's got the overwound pickups and stuff like that. This is definitely more like that rather than being your sort of more vintagey sounding one. Heavy in weight and heavy in sound. Anyway, so I'll go over to Scott's at the weekend, and then once he's got his new Blazer working, and we'll get a 4 guitar. Also, I've been looking up the brochures and stuff because I was quite interested in it. The actual, it's one of those things. It's kind of tempting to buy one from every year because they're all quite different. I wouldn't be buying the same. Oh, this is an 81 and this is an 82, and it's basically the same guitar. It would have to be significantly different. And this is a reissue of the Blazer. So after the Blazer was the Roadstar, which is the one that's the Scott's new one is very similar. You kind of think it's basically exactly that guitar, but from some left over. So from 1983, they just put different pickups in it, type thing. By the time it gets to 84, everything's changed, and then 85, they're all dark colours, black scratch plates, bar pickups. In 86, they've gone flat top binding. There's a car. There's quite a range of Ibanez. I think that was like actually some Joachim from Sweden mentioned he's got an old one, and his is. He sent me a picture of it, but it wouldn't on the YouTube comments. But I couldn't. It didn't. I had to go into the email to find it because it had a photo in it, and he's got basically the BL550. So that's a BL450. The BL500 is. It's got the tap switch in it. That doesn't have the tap switch. It's got a painted headstock. It's only available in candy apple red and a candy apple body, and it's a hardtail. The 550 is the same guitar again, apart from it's got my bridge in it. So it's got the tremolo bridge, it's got the coil tap, and it comes in either candy apple red with a candy apple red headstock, or I think is it marine blue, or sort of basically candy apple blue with a blue headstock, and that just looks brilliant. I think they might be quite rare though, because it was only available in that one model, whereas the red one you could get the hardtail and the tremolo version. Yeah, so I managed to talk for 20 minutes. Even though I wasn't going to talk, I was just going to demo the sounds. Rock on! Oh, and I meant to say, Civic wanted to make the donkey sex noise, which sounds really, really bad, but actually what happened was she was in a cafe on her phone, like waiting to go into work, and I was in an annoying mood. So I thought it would be really funny if I went and she went bright red and in a horrendous mood, so I think she's after, because obviously it doesn't really matter what I say because she's in Taiwan, so the other people in the shop maybe don't speak English, but when they hear the donkey sex noise, it's like pure. I was just, yeah, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that in this video, but there you go. So you could give sympathy, some sympathy for Civic for me doing that, which I thought was hilarious. I don't think I was drinking either. I think I was just in a slightly odd mood. Rock on, catch you later.